Today we are going to talk about an issue that affects everyone, no matter how much we earn or where we live. These are the minor, everyday expenses. Those small daily expenses that seem insignificant, but at the end of the month can represent a considerable part of our budget and negatively affect our personal finances in the long term. Therefore, if you want to learn how to identify, control, and definitively eliminate this type of expenses, I invite you to stay with us until the end of the video. Here we will provide you with practical strategies and useful tips that will help you better manage your finances and prevent these small but cumulative expenses from affecting your personal finances. First, let's clarify what exactly expenses are. Small, frequent expenses are those that we make on a regular basis, almost without realizing it. They can be a daily coffee, a bottle of water, snacks, mobile applications, or subscriptions, among others. Although individually they may seem insignificant, when added together, they can represent a considerable amount of money. Let's say you have 3 subscriptions to streaming services that cost $10 each. That's $30 a month and $360 a year. But the question you need to ask yourself is, do I really need all these subscriptions? All these expenses seems insignificant, but they drag us down without us realizing it. Strategy 1. Establish a budget. Establishing a budget is a crucial step to eliminate unnecessary expenses and have more effective control over our finances. A budget is not simply a list of income and expenses. It is a tool that helps us plan, prioritize, and make smarter financial decisions. The first step in establishing a budget is knowing exactly how much money you bring in monthly. This includes your salary, side jobs, and any other sources of money. The next step is to track all your expenses in detail. Divide these expenses into categories such as housing, transportation, food, entertainment, health, and other expenses. It's important to be thorough and record even the smallest expenses, like a coffee or a snack. Once you have a detailed record of your income and expenses, it is time to analyze this information. Identify areas where you can reduce or eliminate expenses. For example, if you discover that you are spending too much on eating out, you can set a monthly limit for these types of expenses and look for cheaper alternatives such as cooking at home. Remember that your budget is not a static document, but should be reviewed and adjusted regularly to reflect any changes in your income or expenses. Finally, the key to making a budget work is commitment and discipline. Setting a budget is easy, but maintaining it requires effort and perseverance. Stay focused on your financial goals and remember that every little savings counts. Over time, you will see how your finances improve and how expenses stop affecting your finances. Strategy 2. Use the 30-day technique. The 30 days technique is an effective strategy to combat expenses and take control over our purchasing decisions. This method is based on the idea of delaying gratification and reflecting on our real needs before making a purchase. In simple words, this technique involves postponing the purchase decision of any non-essential item for a period of 30 days. Instead of making impulse purchases, you commit to waiting a month before deciding if you really need or want that item. During this time, you can evaluate the importance and value of the product in your life. So, every time you feel tempted to buy something that is not strictly necessary, write it down on a list. It can be anything from a new item of clothing, a technological device, to a dinner at a fancy restaurant. Next to each item on your list, write the date you had the impulse to buy it. This will help you keep accurate track of the 30 days. This is where patience comes into play. During these 30 days, avoid purchasing the item. Instead of giving in to the immediate impulse, focus on your real needs and reflect on whether the item is really worth it. At the end of the 30-day period, review your list. Ask yourself if the desire to buy that item is still strong or if it has diminished over time. In many cases, you will find that the initial impulse has worn off and the item no longer seems as necessary. If after 30 days you still feel like you need or want the item, then you can consider purchasing it. However, you may find that many of the items on your list no longer seem as attractive or important to you, allowing you to save money and avoid unnecessary expenses. By taking the time to reflect on your purchases, you can make more conscious decisions that are aligned with your long-term financial goals. This technique not only helps you save money, but also teaches you to value your resources more and be more selective with your expenses. Strategy 3. Open a savings account. Opening a savings account is a fundamental strategy to eliminate expenses. A savings account not only helps you store your money safely, but it also allows you to earn interest and gives you a clear view of your saving habits. But the important thing here is that the simple act of depositing regularly encourages discipline and reduces the temptation to spend on impulse purchases by not having the money as easily accessible as in a checking account or in your wallet. Simply put, the savings account acts as a natural barrier against spending by limiting access to accumulated funds, thus promoting greater awareness about consumption. If you find this video useful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content. Now, let's continue. Strategy 4. Learn about finance. By understanding how your income, expenses, savings, and investments work, you will be in a better position to make informed and effective financial decisions. There are numerous books, blogs, and online resources that cover a wide range of financial topics, from budget management to investment strategies. Seek reliable and authoritative sources for up-to-date and accurate information. You should also keep in mind that many financial institutions, universities, and organizations offer courses and workshops on financial education. These programs are designed for people of all knowledge levels and can provide practical skills to improve your financial decisions. Learning about finances not only equips you with the knowledge necessary to manage your finances effectively, but also empowers you to proactively identify and eliminate spending. By having a clear understanding of your spending habits and financial best practices, you can optimize your resources and achieve your financial goals. Strategy 5. Apply the spending for pleasure technique. Some people choose to spend on experiences or trips that provide them with personal pleasure and satisfaction. This approach can be an effective strategy to avoid expenses, as long as it is done in a conscious and planned manner. Instead of frequently spending small amounts on items or services of little lasting value, investing in meaningful experiences can offer long-term benefits. Spending on travel and new adventures allows you to create lasting memories, expand cultural horizons, and enjoy unique moments with family and friends. These activities not only provide immediate pleasure, but also contribute to emotional well-being and personal growth. Additionally, pre-planning these expenses involves careful evaluation of personal and financial priorities, which can reduce the temptation for impulsive, though considered spending. It is important to note that this strategy requires balance and moderation. Although investing in experiences can be rewarding, it is essential to maintain a balanced budget and not neglect other financial responsibilities. So choosing to spend on trips and experiences as an alternative to spending money can be a valid and enriching strategy, as long as it is done with planning and consideration of personal financial goals. This not only helps avoid unnecessary expenses, but also enriches life significantly. Strategy 6. Use financial management applications. Financial management apps, such as Mint, Personal Capital, and You Need a Budget, offer powerful tools to monitor and optimize your personal finances. These platforms allow you to manage expenses, create budgets, and obtain a detailed view of your financial situation. Mint is known for its ability to centralize your bank accounts, credit cards, loans, and investment accounts in one place. Through Mint, you can automatically categorize your transactions, allowing you to quickly identify where your money is going and adjust your budget. The app also provides personalized alerts about unusual charges, bill due dates, and changes to your credit score, keeping you on top of your financial health in real time. Personal Capital, on the other hand, it focuses more on comprehensive financial planning and investment. Not only does it track your income and expenses, but it also offers tools to analyze your investment portfolio, calculate retirement planning, and optimize your tax strategies. This makes Personal Capital ideal for those who are looking for a broader view of their net worth and want to make informed long-term investment decisions. You Need a Budget is distinguished by its focus on allocating every dollar to a specific purpose, promoting proactive and conscious money management. This app is based on the principle of allocating income to priority spending categories, ensuring you always know exactly how much you can spend in each area without going overboard. This helps eliminate unnecessary expenses by focusing on clear priorities and avoiding unnecessary expenses. These applications not only simplify the daily management of personal finances, but also promote greater financial responsibility and savings. By providing detailed analytics, real-time tracking, and educational tools, They help users set realistic and achievable financial goals. Strategy 7. Try to reduce social pressure. Reducing social pressure and external influences that encourage impulsive spending is essential to controlling impulse spending effectively. Advertising and social media are powerful platforms that can induce people to make unnecessary or impulsive purchases. To counteract this, it is advisable to adopt strategies that limit exposure to these influences. Avoiding online shopping sites and apps is an effective initial measure. These apps are designed to facilitate quick and frictionless purchases, which can lead to impulse purchases of items that are not really necessary. Removing these apps reduces the temptation to buy impulsively and promotes more conscious and thoughtful purchasing decision-making. Reducing the time spent on social networks is also key. Many social platforms are designed to display personalized ads and sponsored content that can influence purchasing decisions. Limiting time on these platforms not only helps minimize exposure to advertising, but also allows you to dedicate more time to productive or enriching activities that do not involve expenses. Additionally, it is helpful to take a proactive approach to filtering and controlling the information you receive. Reviewing and adjusting privacy settings on social media to reduce the number of ads displayed and removing accounts or pages that constantly promote products or services can be beneficial. Adopting these practices can lead to greater satisfaction with purchases made and better management of available money. Strategy 8. Practice financial minimalism. Financial minimalism is more than a way to manage money. It is an approach to life that promotes simplicity in financial decisions. Instead of constantly chasing the accumulation of material goods or superfluous expenses, financial minimalism focuses on identifying and prioritizing what really matters. One of the main strategies of financial minimalism is to reduce unnecessary consumption and avoid impulsive spending. This means carefully evaluating each purchase to make sure it truly aligns with personal values and goals. Taking this approach not only helps avoid spending too much, but also promotes greater clarity about true needs and wants. Additionally, financial minimalism encourages optimizing the use of resources and maximizing the value of each expense. This could mean simplifying your lifestyle, reducing subscriptions, eliminating debt, and saving more for meaningful investments or long-term life-enriching experiences. By focusing on the essentials and eliminating the superfluous, you create financial and mental space to achieve greater stability and satisfaction with financial decisions. Small, frequent expenses represent a significant challenge to our personal finances. With the strategies presented in this video, you will learn to control your expenses and avoid falling into the debt trap. Although eliminating these expenses may seem difficult at first, with discipline and the right strategies, it is totally achievable. Every small change counts and can generate big results in the long term. Start identifying and reducing these expenses today to improve your financial situation. Do you plan to reduce your daily expenses? Do you usually apply any other strategies that we have not mentioned? We'll read you in the comments. If you like today's video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. See you next time.